got to get paid somehow.
Hey, look, we have option for getting paid, right?
I think the hopes for the Bucs this weekend, obviously, is they continue to stay healthy. It seems like for the entire league this year, it's just not a good year for injuries, and the Buccaneers have definitely done a good job of staying healthy. And kind of like you had brought up, the change from week 1 to week 2, week 2 to week 3, they're still getting the hang of things. The chemistry is still building on the offense. It's cleaning it up a little bit more. And we did our game preview show, and I personally think this is another game similar to Carolina. Like you have to win. You know what I mean? Like you got to beat bad football teams. Denver is not a good football team right now. And this is one of those games where I almost expect them to win 10 plus. I hate to be so generous, but I mean, that's just how you should play against teams like this. When you're a playoff ready team, you go in there and you win the games that you're supposed to win. It is one of those things, though. You do have to kind of mention, Denver is beat up. They're not a good football team, but they lost to Pittsburgh last week by, I think, 2 points, and they lost to Tennessee by 5 points the week prior. Like, they're definitely keeping it interesting in their games, and they have a manner of putting points up on the board. So, I mean, if this Bucs defense can pressure Jeff Driscoll, because I don't think we see any Blake Bortles, if he pressures Jeff Driscoll, hopefully they win the turnover battle and in thus winning the game. Obviously, it's kind of that every single Sunday. But, I think it's one of those things where the Bucs should win handily, but what I'm trying to say is that you should not fall asleep on this Denver team by any means, because as we've seen from the Bucs in the past, sometimes they find ways to lose games. And this year is all about getting that out of your system.
Yeah, I think Rhett hit it on the head right there at the last part. Sometimes, these are games we see the Bucs lose. This is why Tom Brady's here, because these are the games that playoff teams don't lose. You're better than them. Not only better than them, they're really beat up. And you don't have to come in and beat them by 20 or beat them 36-14. Just win the damn game. Now, I will say, like Jeff Driscoll, he's going to throw it, man. He's going to sling it. He's going to put it deep. He's going to put the ball in harm's way. But what he isn't going to do is going to check down and lose 36-7. And if he does lose 36-7, then he's throwing 5 picks. Like, he's going to put points up on the board. He just is. But there's going to be a lot of 3-and-outs, and there's going to be a lot of potentials for turnovers. So, it's sort of like steady hand on the tiller here. Stick to your game plan, because not only Brent talked about the injury report there. Like, one of their starting corners is on IR. 2 of their
defensive ends
are on IR. They have a wide receiver they have 2 wide receivers on IR. Besides Jerry Jeudy, who's on the injury report. So, I mean,
Mark Barron, DeMarcus Walker.
Yeah, I mean, they got guys that are just, like, everybody on that defense, and it looks like in the wide receiver room, is a backup. Like, they've got 2 good guards and Melvin Gordon and Chubb, and that's it. And let's roll. And good luck. But yeah, I don't think this game's going to be, as easy as people are thinking, the Bucs are going to put it all together and win 42-10. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, their defense is still very good against the run. And the Bucs, no matter if you take out those 2 runs by Leonard Fournette, like, they're not very good against the run. You watch the Jacksonville game Thursday. That's a good team that can run the ball. The guy would go for like 6 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards, 14 yards. 3 yards, 2 yards, 7 yards. The Bucs, it's like 2 yards, 2 yards, 2 yards, 2 yards to the house. 3 yards, 2 yards, 1 yard, 20 yards.
1, right?
20 yards. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think this game's going to be a lot tougher, but again, just to finish up what Rhett finished up there is like, this is the game that, not to bring up anything, but Jameis Winston can lose you this game. Tom Brady's here to win you this game. All you got to do is take care of the ball and you'll win this game. I guarantee it.
Yeah, this is one of those games that, like, before I looked at it, I was kind of on the Bucs are going to win this game by 3 scores. And I'd be shocked if they didn't. Or if they don't, they'll have the game sealed at 3 scores, and then maybe they give up like a late touchdown or something like that to the Broncos. The Broncos have been in their games, both of them this year.
Yeah.
Like, taking
against
it
2
down
good
to
teams.
The wire. Yeah, against 2 very good teams. And given they're more beat up this week than they were last week, that's still something to account for. And this isn't a team look past. It's not a game to look past. And from all accounts, the team hasn't been taking it lightly. They are going to go in and play it, but I'm interested to see what happens. I do think that a Buccaneers victory is on the slate for this week. And I like, Ren, what you said. This is a game, or even Rhett, what you were saying of your playoff team has to win the games that you're supposed to win.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You've got to win the games you're supposed to win. This is a game the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are supposed to win.